Another beautiful day and another episode coming your way. This time coming to you from 5,280 feet up in the air. That's right, we're in the Mile High City, Denver, Colorado. We're going to chat with George. He is the owner and founder of Olympus Dental Ceramics. Great guy, great house as well. Let's go meet him.
Hi.
George, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Hope you don't mind. I just kind of barged right into your house.
More than welcome.
So this is really cool. You've got your lab downstairs of your house, and it doesn't feel like a house. This feels like a real lab here.
I wanted to be separate, even though it's the same place.
Yeah, walk me through it. Tell me what you have here.
Over here is all the waxing, metal finishing, grinding porcelain. On this end, we have all the model work done, trimming, just preparations. And on the other room on the other side is just all ceramics, the clean room where...
I mean, it's really quaint, it's small, but you get a lot of work done here. Well, I want to find out more about that, the build out, and how you got started. It's beautiful outside. Let's find a spot outside. Sure. Okay. So George, you know, when I come to a lab, I don't usually have this beautiful setting. Usually labs are in industrial parks. Usually labs are in an area where, you know, it's not necessarily a beautiful setting. Yours is total flip-flop because you have your lab here at your house, downstairs, but it's a totally separate entity, it feels like. And then you come in the backyard and you feel like you're on your vacation. It's a tropical paradise back here.
Yeah, thank you. And I try to keep it separate because we're in a business where it's really difficult to keep it separate. We always either gonna go back downstairs because there's some other project that always behind on something, but you have to have that separation in order, I think, to keep doing this really long term and do a good work. It's just something that you have to have a place to where you can relax, even if it is in the same location.
That's right.
Just to get away from the stress.
I mean, this industry is based on, it's built on creativity, and this right here, I mean, it really helps that mind continue to grow and continue to be creative.
This is my break. If I you know,
what a
just
great
even
break.
5 minutes.
This is a
it
great
makes
break.
a difference.
All right, let's now go back to how you came into this country. You're not from the States. You're from Greece.
From Greece.
You came over when you were 14 years old. Tell me about that and how you came to the United States.
Well, my father had two brothers out here, so he'd come out and visit, and they just got to know the area and the culture, and he really liked it, something different. So, you know, I was still young, but I already knew that dental technology was what I wanted to be in, just because I have a cousin out there that was in the business, and I would go and watch him, and he'd show me how to carve. I always like to do things with my hand. And I went to college, Hastings, for a 3-year program, dental laboratory technology, and moved back to Colorado and worked in-house for Drs. Bassett and Wallace for 5 years.
So how did you start? What was it at the very beginning?
It was always really crown and bridge ceramics.
Okay.
Of course, back then it was porcelain to gold and gold crowns. Pressed ceramics, which I still do all those things, but technology, as everyone else, have to keep up with it. So, but it's something that I think it's evolving into something better finally between zirconias and printing. I think it's definitely the future. But
when it comes to this digital age here, what do you enjoy most about the industry as it's been evolving?
Oh, it's always a mixed bag. There's, you know, plus and minuses with everything, from what we were doing before to now. To me, it's trying to find a way to keep that tradition to where the technician knows what you know, the morphology of a tooth is, to know what, you know, the cusps or the function, everything, how it works, as opposed to just putting it in a computer and having it do. It's just not the same. It's art, but I also recognize there's a lot of advantages that if we can combine the two somehow, that would be, to me, ideal.
With True Abutment, how did this all come about, this relationship?
You know, I go to Chicago midwinters. That's my main focus every year for seminars, to learn what's new. And you can, as soon as you walk in, you can tell where the trend is going with technology. And just in the beginning of milling really custom abutments is where I ran into Peter at one of the booths. And,
okay.
But he was friendly. He explained things. He took his time, no matter how many people were there. And that, to me, that matters. It counts. It means that it's a person, it's a company that will actually spend the time. When you call, they will answer your call. They will talk to you, find the solutions. And that's the most important thing. I still have them on my phone. It's like, Peter, True Abutment, call him up.
Peter, friendly guy, True Abutment.
Yeah.
you know what's special
rare.
is, being here at your house, in your backyard. I get to find out a little bit more about you. One thing that I've noticed in your backyard, lined up on the fence, skulls.
I guess I have a thing with just skulls from back in school where I studied it. We had this little box with a skull in it, and we'd take it out every day, check the anatomy, learn it. It's life. We all have one. And,
yeah. Well, but those skulls, there was something inside those skulls.
Those skulls are the stress relief some days after on a Friday night. I'm a martini guy, so that's kind of my...
Speaking my language here. Let's go to martini.
There we go.
Okay, let's go.
Make you one.
So this is how you're supposed to end an episode, right? Have a drink in your hand,
exactly.
Over a bar. You're speaking my language.
That's how you end the day, too.
It's how you end the day. I appreciate you letting us into your home. I really appreciate that.
My pleasure.
We're not going to end the episode here. Maybe this episode, but we've got more coming your way. We're going to break a few things. That's all I'm going to say.
Well,
cheers to you. That's good. Let's move on. Let's move on.
Okay.
The fun doesn't end, George. You're probably wondering, why is Jeff and George wearing these really good-looking CSI suits?
Hey, how you doing?
Have you ever had so much stress you just want to break something? Smash it, break room. This is where you get to smash anything and everything you want. You ever broken anything in your house?
Nothing like this.
Yeah? Cheers.
Cheers.
Drink.
Ching.
Yeah!